That's extreme. Now, if you've got diarrhea, like diarrhea happens. It happens to the best of us. But you got to know you know. Welcome back to Privy. Privy is a podcast about bathrooms, recorded from my home bathroom. I'm your host, Hunter Hoover, and I love bathrooms. Welcome back, everyone. At the point of this episode's release, you have survived prank season. Happy April. Normally, when we close out the month of March, we begin looking at a variety of bathroom pranks to gear us up for pranking season at the beginning of April. That said, Awa is currently traveling, and I did not want to deal with an abundance of new bathroom pranks, as I'm going to be busy enough. Sorry, kids. Leave me alone. But it's pranking season, or at least it was. And in the past, we've looked at a number of pranks. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Every year, I make a comment about how, I don't actually know if anybody's doing April Fool's pranks. And then every year, I got somebody that tries to April Fool's pranks me. Leave me alone. I'm an adult. I'm an old man. You're going to harm me, pranking me with your ne'er-do-well nonsense. And we've looked at a number of bathroom pranks, and I think what's happened is in looking at these, I've actually inadvertently, or maybe on purposely, I went back and listened to one of these pretty heinous ideas that I have put forth into the world. But I think what it really is it's just giving, punk butt teens firepower to levy against the teachers, adults, parents, and the people in their lives via bathroom shenanigans. And we've talked a lot of bathroom pranks since the start of this show. Upper deckers, fake soap, pee-pee traps, cellophane gags, dyed shampoo to dye your hair, poopy porch bombs. There's truly been no shortage to ways that you can prank some. Feel free to go back and listen to any number of our April Fool's Day prank related episodes if you want a treat, or maybe some ideas for next year. And this year, for April Fool's Day, or at least we're getting close enough. We're within the ballpark. We're 4 days off. It's the 5th. We are not going to be looking at pranks this year. Rather, we are going to be exploring an idea that I believe is prank adjacent. I think every good prank, when you prank somebody, pranked! It's nice to be able to revel in the prank. You gag somebody, not gag them. Dear Lord, help us all. Forgive us, Father. We've strayed far from you. But, you pull a goof on somebody, and part of the joy of the goof is you get to kind of sit in the goof for a little bit. I sit in my goof regularly. Sometimes I goof myself really hard, and I just have to sit and just sit in the goof for a minute. And I was going through comments on Spotify, and we're going to get to more of those comments at the end of the show. But one of the comments that was on actually last year's Privy Pranks episode was to rub hot sauce on somebody's bar soap. Now, I would even argue you could get away with deodorant. Now, let me tell you something. It's very adjacent. And thank you, America. I think it was America for posting that on Spotify. Thank you for putting that out there. And I got to say, it's very close. It's very similar. A few years back, we said rub icy hot, or Ben Gay, as the kids call it, on someone's bathroom products. But man, hot sauce is pretty diabolical. Depending on the hot sauce, you could do some serious damage. If you get hot sauce in your eyes, it can be game over jelly. Yeah. Prank! But this year's prank, and it's a prank in quotation marks, because it's not exactly a prank per se. And I'm going to explain, before we get into this phenomenon, I want to explain why I specifically want to talk about this. Recently, my internet scrolling, my doom scrolling, the 20 minutes of doom scrolling I do a day, has been littered with scare videos. And what I mean by this is not videos that scare me. These are videos where I get to enjoy somebody scaring someone else. It's a treat. And it's always a good time to see these scare prank videos. It's videos of people getting scared, and kind of what I want to explore here. And we're going to get to the bathroom, I promise. We're in the bathroom. We're going to get to the bathroom as the topic too. But I want to explore why these videos are so funny. Like, they're just hilarious. And it begs a question. Why is people getting scared so funny? Like, what is it about people getting hoogity-dang-old boogity that just brings me such delight? It's not even a prank. It takes very little planning. It's not even that highbrow of a thing to do, yet here I am laughing hysterically at people getting scared. Now, I will also say, if I get scared, I get so mad. Like, it makes me angry. I get triggered. There's people's reactions, and there's some classic, like on TikTok, there's a number of classic scares. Like, you have your characters, truly. There's the lady that pees her pants. We're going to talk about that. There's the thick gentleman. We're going to talk about him. And then there's the ones that are really good are the people that lay on the floor, right outside the bathroom. And when people come out of the bathroom, it's just their head on the floor staring up at them. And they just bug out. These people come out of their skin because this person is laying there. And I got to explore, why is it so funny when it pisses me off so bad when I get scared? And why is the bathroom so often so associated with scaring and pranking? What is it about this space? Here we are. Here's here, I'm going to turn you here for a second. There's all them toilet papers. Last month we closed out the month with an episode of Ranked. And man, I still have a lot of toilet paper to use. We're gonna be working on the leftovers of that Ranked toilet paper for a while. I'll tell you that. There's one universal rule for people when they are scaring this pranking season. And that is this. People have a number of reactions to being scared. Some are fleers. This is the flight part of the fight or flight. But then there's those that are just going to start swinging. These are our fighters. And when you go to scare somebody, it is important to maybe have done enough market research about who you're scaring to know if you need to give them space to run or if you need to improve your dodging skills. Even funnier though, and much more bathroom related, I might add, is that sometimes the people who are scared just totally pee or poo themselves when they get scared. When this happens, and it's well, why? You get scared, but why'd you crap your pants? There's nothing wrong. It's fine, Linda. Just hold your diarrhea through the scare. You know what I'm saying? If you can't sphincter suck it through the scare, I think you need to give yourself some practice or something. I don't know. But when you get scared, it activates a fight or flight response in you, as I stated. And when that fight or flight response is activated in you, your bladder contracts to prepare for the fight. And in some people's case, that pelvic floor, that's the floor of the floor of the zone down there. It's the downstairs zone. It loosens up. Now, I don't know why your pelvic floor would loosen up if you're scared. If your bladder's contracting, why would your pelvic floor loosen up? I don't know. I don't know. But when these two things combine, when your bladder loosens and your pelvic floor, when your bladder contracts and your pelvic floor loosens, they can result in rigorous leakage, also known as completely whizzing yourself. It's a tough look, and it's an even tougher look when your friends upload that to the internet for others to laugh at. But from what I can tell based on these TikTok videos that I've been watching, and from what I can tell based off of just my basic Googling and searching for this episode, People peeing their pants when they're scared happens a lot more than you might think. Like, way more. Like, I was baffled by how much more it happens. And while pee is more likely to occur in these instances, especially in good old-fashioned prank scaring, like, it should be noted that in severe cases, a person can poop themselves Chaz Royale if the fear and anxiety they are experiencing is so great. Here's what I want to say. If a person craps their pants off of a basic, just some casual daytime prank scaring, there's something going on there. Like, they might need counseling. I'm just going to say it. Because I'm not convinced that casual daytime prank scaring should scare you to the point where you incontinent your butthole and poop your pants. Like, that's extreme. Now, if you've got diarrhea, like, diarrhea happens. It happens to the best of us. But you got to know like, you got to know what you're working with. And hopefully the people in your life that may or may not be scaring you, hopefully they'll be acquainted with you to know that, oh, yes, they're a diarrhea sufferer, and I ought to take their diarrhea into consideration before I prank scare them. Just scare the mud pie right out of these people. But with all these dangers in mind, peeing yourself, pooping yourself, getting swang on, like, why is it so funny? Like, why is it so funny when people get scared? What makes it so entertaining when people get scared? And there's a number of theories here, some of which I personally think are just stupid nonsense. One theory that I want to rule out right away is sadism. This just says that, like, oh, people scare people because they're awful and they like to torture others. I don't think so. I don't think that's why people do this. I don't think that people scare people simply because they're jerks and they just like to make people feel bad. I don't think that's why it's funny either. Like, when I laugh at somebody just getting freaked, I don't laugh because I'm like, you sick urchin. No. I think part of it is this. We have all been there. We have all been on the receiving end of the prank scare. And as a result, it's funny to see someone else be there when we are not the receiver. It's kind of like, it's like misery loves company. It's a shared experience. And you, vicariously through this person, are like, yes, I have been scared and I've felt just as triggered as you do right now. It's kind of a shared experience. To that regard, watching somebody get scared is kind of like ripping a good beefer, like just tooting off a nice fart and, sharing that smell with people. Like, it's kind of like a good fart or a long turd. Like, it ought to be observed and enjoyed by the collective. Collective turd viewing brought to a bathroom stall near you. And I think part of this is just seeing the person's reaction. And I think we laugh at their reaction because we know our reaction would be, and probably has been in the past, something that others are going to laugh at as well. It's a shared experience. People getting scared is funny because it's surprising. There's a big payoff to the scare. And usually when it's framed right, like the person's in hiding and you can see the hiding and somebody's going to get just absolutely spooked on. And then when it happens, it's like this big release, it's like, oh, yes, there it is. Seeing people get scared is funny because we aren't the ones getting scared. We are safe. And that's important. And I think you could make an argument for all pranks on that. Pranks are funny because when someone else is getting pranked, usually we are not. I think it's also true of farts. Don't think about it too much. Another clear reason why this stuff is funny is the way in which we have been there. Again, we've all been scared. We've all had someone stand behind a door or lay on the floor in waiting to pop out and spook us as we get ready to walk by. And we get mad. And we know the emotions that we have to those things. And so when we see those emotions play out in others, we're like, yes, we have been on the receiving end too. And I know how you feel. And so we can begin to get a grasp on why the prank scare, really any prank, but specifically the scare, is so funny. But now, on the tail end of our episode, and perhaps maybe in the context of our episode here on a bathroom podcast, we need to have a conversation about, like, what is it with the bathroom and the space in this room and the things that go on here? What is it about the bathroom that attracts scares? And what is it about the bathroom that attracts pranking? Something that I've noticed since when we did our movie scenes in the bathroom, we've done a couple of these, and there's two genres of film that rely heavily on the bathroom as, like, this is a touch point for this genre: comedy and horror. When I watch videos of people getting scared, so many of them happen in the bathroom. And when you watch a scare prank video, it's kind of the melding of comedy and horror. Like, somebody's getting scared and I am laughing at it. And so Hollywood understands that the bathroom space, there's something inherently, like, spookable to it, accompanied by the reality that there's much potential for humor out of this space. And when I watch these videos, so many of them happen in the bathroom. One of my particular favorites, so I told you there's a number of like regular prank scare characters, and then they pop up, and as soon as you see these lovable friends, you're just like, oh, I know exactly what I'm getting ready to get. But there's this one guy, he's a bigger dude, he's a pretty big, he's thick, like he's a full-bodied boy. That's what they called me in 8th grade, full-bodied boy. But it's this big British guy, and when this guy gets scared, he just whoosh his neck. I hurt myself doing it. He whips his neck back so fast, like it just whoop, and there's no way that this is anything but, like, his reflexes to being scared. Like, truly, it's just so violent. And sometimes when he does that, it looks like he's breaking his neck. Like, he gets so scared that it looks like he breaks his neck. And it's wild to see this. But one of the best of the prank scare videos involving this gentleman is he's sitting on the toilet and somebody scares him, and he just gets scared so bad that his neck just goes full giraffe neck, just whapa, just flips that joker back, and his phone goes flying. I mean, where's it at? It's probably stuck in his ceiling. He skeeted that phone so fast into the ceiling. It was wild. Now, I don't think it got stuck, but still. And there's so many scares that happen in the bathroom. Why is the bathroom such a trap for scaring people? And if you think about it, it seems to me that every culture has a scary story or some sort of lore or some sort of, strange myth that takes place in the bathroom. Ghost stories, Bloody Mary, drain monsters, and for that matter, drain monsters and all these things. Why bathrooms? Because, like, kitchens have drains. Like, you could have a hoogity boogity come out of your drain in the kitchen. Why has it got to come out of the bathroom? What is it about bathrooms that attract scary scenes, scary stories, jump scares, and are often coupled with mass, goofy hilarity as well? And to that I have to say it has a lot to do with vulnerability. Same with dark. When you walk into a dark room, you don't know what you're going to get there. You don't know what's in the room. The room is dark. You don't know what's in it. As a result, simply by the rules of the game, you are vulnerable. You can't see well. You don't know what's going to happen. Now, that vulnerability in your brain, I want you to take a moment and name for me a more vulnerable room in your house than your bathroom. Like, it's the most vulnerable spot in your home, in any building almost, I would say. Like, in your bathroom, you regularly strip down Buff, 100% Buffy the Clean Toilet Slayer. In the bathroom, you find yourself in the most vulnerable positions you're going to find yourself in. Two key vulnerable positions that you will find yourself in I would say frequently in the bathroom. Number one, all soaped up and nowhere to run. Like you have fully lathered it. Like you're just head, shoulders, knees, and toes lathered, and the spook comes. Like it doesn't. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? Your little digits hanging out, and you're all soaped up. Like where are you going? You're vulnerable. And the second is dropping Chaz Royale, just pants at the ankle, mid-deuce. It's vulnerable. And as a result, people begin to let their guard down, or they take the safety of the room a little bit for granted because it's their space. It's your inner sanctum. It's your sanctum of stank. It's your stanctum. TM, stanctum. Enter the stanctum. Oh gosh, what a great idea. Enter my stanctum. Welcome to my stanctum. Welcome to the inner stanctum. The inner stanctum. Stanctum. I think that's why way back in the day when Olin Rogers was doing his like stories, he did the story Ghost in the Stalls. I think that's why he got such a big response from that dude at Target. Because the guy thought he was safe in there. It's funny. When we're in the bathroom, that vulnerability and sense of safety in the space is played on to result in some awesome scares. And I'm convinced that that's why there's so many of these bathroom pranks and bathroom scares and scare pranks. It's classic stuff, but it's that way because the bathroom is so vulnerable and we let our guard down. Another good reason, and I'm convinced, is mirrors. Like mirrors increase the hoogity-boogityness of a room. Mirrors have a way of playing tricks on us, and we often hold this belief that if we can see, like I can see this mirror right now and I can see what's in it. But I'll tell you, if somebody popped out stage right and I'm oh my gosh, it's going to do me in. Like I'm going to freak out. Mirrors have a way of playing tricks on us because we hold this belief that if we could see the mirror, for me, this is how Hunter's brain works. If I can see the mirror, I'm more safe than I was. But the trouble is that's a false sense of security. Someone boosts in, destroys the charade, and the scare is even worse. Normally, for April Fool's Day, we set up pranks and jokes to gag one another. I gotta quit saying gag one another. But it turns out the elaborate prank may really be overkill for what you need to do to be a prankster this year. Turns out you can just pop out, yell hoogity dang old boogity, and spook someone when they don't expect it. And do it in and around or outside the bathroom. Turns out it has maximum effect. It's a pretty good place for it. If you decide to do that and you're like, oh man, I'm going to scare somebody outside the bathroom and scare them really bad, try to film it. Send it to us. We'd love to see that. We might even share it on our socials and tag you and make sure everything's kosher in that regard. But it would be funny. Share it out on the Privies. It's a Facebook group. It's open. You can go join it. The Privies. Plenty of bathroom memes are shared there. If you like poop humor and bathroom humor and silly bathroom ideas and inventions and goofiness, the Privies, you could do much worse. This brings us to the end of another episode of Privy. Here at the end of the episode, I wanted to read a listener-submitted comment. So this listener left a comment on one of our bathroom episodes, and he asked what my earliest bathroom memory was. So Marika asked, what's your earliest bathroom memory? And, man, it's tough. I thought about this for the last couple of days. I was like, what is my earliest bathroom memory? And two things came to mind. And I know these are not my first bathroom experiences because, I don't remember being potty trained. I know that I am because I don't poop my pants regularly. Two memories. Number one is I don't remember how old I was, but I remember getting the stomach flu really bad when I was in grade school. And I remember half sleeping, living next to the toilet. I got the stomach flu a lot growing up. I had a sensitive stomach, I think. which is weird because nowadays I seem to just do whatever I want. But I remember just like almost sleeping on the floor in the bathroom, just holding on for dear life with the tummy rumbles in the upchuck city. The other memory that I have, though, is one time I was tasked by my mother doing dishes in the home of clearing the table. And there was this pot, and in my brain it was soup, and it had vegetables and all sorts of stuff in it. And I'm sitting here I'm looking at this pot that's, it's got a substantial amount of fluid in it. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't want to go outside. It's cold. And so instead of draining off the liquid and then scooping the vegetables in the trash, which is now I know what as a grown adult, I know is the solution to this problem. I've solved the riddle. I elected to take the entire pot to the bathroom and dump it all in the toilet and then flush that down the toilet. I was explained by my mother that this is not a thing that I should do. But that's one of my earliest bathroom memories. There's a picture of me and my cousins in the bathtub together back when our parents were trying to get us all to get chicken pox from each other. Back when that was the guidance from the doctors. It's oh yeah, they got chicken pox. Make sure that they go dogpile their cousin with chicken pox. That way they can all get it. And now we can get shingles. So that's cool. But yeah, earliest bathroom memory, probably the soup disaster would be the most one that lives in my brain. Yeah. America, thanks for asking. If you have a comment, leave us a comment on Spotify or a comment on YouTube, and we always do our best to answer those. Leave us a rating or review. Sorry, I got something in my eye. It is wild. 5-star option is our preferred. Those reviews help others find the show. So when you leave us a rating or review, it just helps others bump that show up in the line if someone searches something. Share the show with a friend. Tell them to rate it. Say, hey, if you rate this show, the host is going to donate $1 to the Wounded Warriors in Living Water International. We do that. So leave us those reviews. If you leave us a written review, that means you type out something fun and leave it on Apple Podcasts. We will read that out here on the show. We would love to read those out more often. So go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a typed rating, and we'll bump up a little bit of money for Wounded Warriors in Living Water. To remind you to keep pooping in the free world. That free world was not always free, and we're pursuing cleaner water for all because not everyone has it. Follow the show on social media at Privycast. Follow me. I'm at Owlet7. If you're brave, go follow Randy Bowles. Don't forget to join the Privies. Check us out online, privy-cast.com. If you're looking to start a podcast, you could do no better than Podbean. There's a link down below for the affiliate link. Podbean's been very good. If you're looking to start a podcast, I highly recommend it. Check it out down below. Probably missing something. Sticker Mule stickers are still out there if you want to order some stickers. I have a number of cool stickers that we have designed over the course of this show. And if you want those to just rep the show in some way, there's a Sticker Mule store. Feel free to hop on there and click around and order some stickers. I think you have to buy 10, but it's $1 for a sticker. That's what I think when it comes out to. So check that out. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Careful pranking each other. Don't scare each other too bad this season. This brings us to the end of another episode of Privy. Thanks again for being here. Keep pooping in the free world. Own your stank. And now, as always, don't forget to flush.